So, Rowley says WWE should save this match for WrestleMania. I mean, it's not my agenda. I want Finn Balor to win the World Heavyweight Championship from Gunther because, like the whole leading up to the SummerSlam with Damian and Gunther, Gunther was telling Finn that he used to be like the greatest wrestler in Europe and now he's kind of basically washed, like he's not that good anymore. He's, like regressed or faded into the background. So I would love to see them run that back with Finn winning, but this, I feel like if they don't do that, then this could be good. Of course, Braun is not going to win because he beat Gunther in NXT, so Gunther would get his win back. So Tyler says this man will be made. For like a couple of minutes, I wasn't interested in Raw anymore, right? Like it kind of ruined the mood for me because I am a huge. He's like my third favorite male wrestler. Like it's Finn, CM Punk, and Elias. So you can guess how that feels. It's like when your favorite is gonna be gone for a long time, and you kind of had these ideas of what they're gonna do. Because I had Ilya being IC champion like pretty soon, so definitely left a sour taste in my mouth. Big Jerry says Cross needs a bigger role on Monday Night Raw. He keeps manipulating the faces to turn heel. Why not allow him to build his character up? And I feel like a great way for that would be for him to actually cut promos in the ring to the people because nobody cares about him, right? But when we see him backstage interacting with people, it's like, oh, there's something here. But then he never gets to show that something to the actual audience, which is why he gets no pops. So, like let him cut promos. Also, I feel like the AOP thing, and this is my hot take, right? I'm sharing my hot take now. The Final Testament thing is not helping anyone. It just the only thing it does is keep them all together so they can be on TV at the same time. But it's not doing Cross anything. It just looks like a chump, like running around with losers. And AOP, who were, like one of the most dominant tag teams, is now just, a bunch of losers running around with another loser. Like, I feel like they were better off separate. So, I know that's just my hot take. So, Brandon is a fan of Drew McIntyre and Joe Hendry. So, I feel like this is going to be glaze of Drew McIntyre. He says, I don't understand the guards for Drew and Punk because usually when there are guards, they end up fighting in between them, but this time they didn't. I think, and like, I love the fact that they didn't touch each other at all because I was wondering what are they gonna do, right? Because like they've kind of said everything they wanted to, like in the past few weeks. So I was like, what is there left to say? And like this was amazing. They didn't touch each other, and I think right because they could have done this without security, but I think security being there is kind of like, like they are not touching each other because security is there. It was a nice touch because it kind of shows at least a little control from Adam Pearce because like everybody kind of teases him for having no control over Raw, which he had an amazing promo on that. Charlie says the women are already only getting one match a week. I fear for them when Raw turns to 2 hours. God, and like which is kind of crazy, right? Because on SmackDown it's 2 hours, but they get two matches. We had Naomi and Bailey, and then we had Machin and Piper Niven, which is how is the 3 hour show getting one match? Which I hope they can somehow fix that. And like the thing is, Raw has a lot of stories in itself, right? Because SmackDown, you have the Bloodline stuff, which now bleeds into the tag team stuff, right? And then you have LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, and Andrade thing. So you have two things. And then you have the Nia Jax thing with Tiffany, which is blended with Bailey and Naomi. And then you have the Mitch and Chelsea thing, which doesn't really get that much time, like 20 minutes, even 10 is like they make the best, they make the most out of the little time that they get. So, and it's crazy because on Raw, you have the Judgment Day, you have CM Punk and Drew, you have now Seth and Bronson, you have the whole New Day thing, you have the Pure Fusion Collective, you have, what else do you have? You have the Final Testament stuff, you have Gunther, you have Jay Uso. Like, basically, what I'm saying is Raw has a lot of shit that they have, and 2 hours is gonna be interesting to see how they do that. Lucia says Xavier needs to turn already. It's getting tiring, just like Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. I really want to see it, and I'm excited, but not every story has to take a year for the payoff. I don't think it's gonna take that long. But also another thing that puts the Xavier stuff over that one is that we actually see tension between them, right? Unlike with Austin and Grayson, it's like tension and then they're like cool for like a while, then tension, then they're like cool for a while, and it's been like this for so long. But I feel like with Xavier and Woods, like it gets tense, but like it's like they're kind of trying to smooth it over, but it's not smoothing over, which I don't think it's gonna take that long. Alright, so now let's do the Judgment Day stuff because I've been skipping them to save them all at once. So Pedro says the Judgment Day feud gotta end at Bad Blood. It's getting stale and we're getting the same ending every Raw. The Judgment Day beating up Damian and Rhea and standing tall. Please, can this feud end? And I think it should end. Like, I think the Judgment Day inheritance should end at Bad Blood, and then from there you kind of do, I think the Liv and Rhea thing is gonna pause for maybe around WrestleMania because I think Liv is gonna win and Liv should win. And then the Finn and Damon stuff is like, this is the first match, so that is gonna go on for a while. So I think in terms of like the fiction, it's gonna end, and then it's just gonna be like single stuff. So I get the, like the idea of, like it's not even an idea, it's the actual thing. Like it all ends the same way. It's been like 3 months now and it always ends the same way. Tyler says, not gonna lie, the Rhea versus Liv and Damon versus Finn feud has gotten stale. There isn't really any proper build for the Finn and Damon match at the moment, and Liv and Rhea come out every Monday and are doing the same stuff. Needs to be switched up. And with the Finn and Damien stuff, I feel like, I don't know, maybe Finn, and like it's like, even if Finn didn't go on that, vacation with his wife thing, it really wouldn't be that much of a difference. And it's mainly because we're not really tackling the actual story, because the actual story makes the bad guys look like good guys and the good guys look like bad guys, which is a lot of people's problem with Liv and Rhea, because the thing that made everybody excited for this whole thing is the actual story dating back to 2022, and they're not even touching that. So like, I don't know if maybe they're like, the plan is we're saving it for WrestleMania, then we will, dive into the actual meat of the story. But like right now, it seems like they're dodging the actual story, which is making this surface level, and it's not that good for how long it's been dragged out. So the final by Lucia says, Liv being scared and running all the time is ruining the feud. This feud has the potential to be one for the books, yet they make Liv look like she's nowhere near Rhea's level. One of the only bad booking decision, in my opinion, so far by Triple H. This is literally what I see, by people I follow, people who follow me, like my circle of Twitter followers and, like mutuals on Twitter. It's that Liv shouldn't be scared. Like, she has never been scared of Rhea. She has never been scared of anyone. This is the girl who was brawling it up with Ronda Rousey. This is the girl who went 1v3 with Damage Control. So, why the sudden fear, right? Because like, you could say like she has a lot to lose now. She's the champion. But even when she was champion with Ronda, she wasn't scared of Ronda. Like, you're telling me on the scale of who to fear, Rhea comes over Ronda? It doesn't make sense. It's ruining the story because, like, we expected brawls. That is a place where Liv thrives, and they're not doing that, which it's pissing me off, honestly. So that is it for the video. If you enjoyed, remember to like and subscribe. We upload 2 videos every week, and the TikTok stuff is coming up soon. I'm editing, so it should be up a couple of them this week, I should hope. Maybe one this week and then a couple next week, but we'll see.